Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Death from Above 40k. It's battle report time again. We've got these two armies facing off, so we've got the Orks and we've got the Space Wolves. Jakey boy's come back here again to match off against me. Today I'm going to be heading up the Space Wolves and he's put his own spin on this Ork army, going for more boys and a little bit less toys. It still looks like a lot of toys here, but anyway. Alright, so we'll go through the Space Wolves list first. So there's a few things that have been added in. So first things first, HQ, we got Logan Grimnar. He will be the Warlord because he's Logan Grimnar. Second HQ, we got Bjorn the Fell-Handed. He's got the twin las cannons and the heavy flamer on his True Claw. The thing I've added in, these are my old school, I painted these ages ago. 3 10-man units of Grey Hunters. So in the back 10-man unit, everyone's got bolters and chainswords. In this one, 2 of them have got plasma guns, 1 of them's got a plasma pistol, and then you've got the pack leader with an axe. This unit here, same again, so 2 plasma pistol, axe, bolters, chainswords. And at the front here, we've got all bolters and chainswords, and then we've got the pack leader with an axe, and this one's got 2 melter guns instead. So that gives 30 Grey Hunters. These guys are due for a rebasing and repainting, but I thought I'd give them a test run to see how effective they are, and we'll go from there. Alright, then we've got in Elites, 5 Wolf Guard. 4 of them have Storm Shields, 2 Power Fists, 2 Chainswords, and the leader has 2 Wolf Claws. Then we also have a Wolfen Dreadnought. Now he's got the axe, shield and flamer. So that's all the elites. Then in fast attack, we got 3 Thunderwolf Cav, 2 with Wolf Claw and shields, the leader with Thunderhammer and shield. And then lastly in the list, we have I forgot what they are, Long Fangs. And in the Long Fangs, we got 2 las cannons, 3 rockets, we got the wolf leader, and then we've got the Wolf Guard in Terminator armor with Cyclone Missile Launcher, Storm Bolter, and Wolf Claw. So that brings me in at 1,500 points and 9 command points. So this time around, because we've got troops in there, we should have a few more command points. We'll see how it goes, and we'll go have a look over at the Orks here. So different Ork list. So in charge, we've got Death Killer Wartrack. He's got the Cyborg body, and he's the Warlord with the best armor Teeth can buy. Then over here, second in charge, we've got Big Mech on a Warbike. Now he's paid for him to have a rocket launcher. The little grot at the back for a re-roll, it adds 1 to your fixing roll. And then he's also got the Killer Claw. He's paid a command point to have that extra relic. So this guy's got a little bit of stuff on him, and he's got a lot of shooting on his bike, and he'll be zooming around healing things. Troops, we got 1, 2, 3, 12-man boy squads. Each squad is identical. So the Knob has Power Claw and Combi Rocket. Then there's a rocket in there. The rest of the boys have shooters. Then on each of their trucks, they have the rocket. Okay, then in Elites, so we've got a big 10-man unit of Knobs, just with Slugger and Chopper. You just want to fill out, have some extra bodies, have some extra chop. And they're in this truck that's still being painted at the moment, so sorry about that. So we've got an extra truck today, which also has a rocket. Then, if we go to heavy support, we've got 10 looters. You know what they do. Then we've got the Morkanaut with his custom force field and all his bells and whistles on him. So this also comes in at 8 command points. So that's the 2 armies. We will roll up a mission and we'll get going. Jakey boy's told me to tell you as well. I sound a bit nasally today. Don't stress out. I don't have coronavirus. I just got allergies because of the seasonal change. So everything's going to be okay. Everybody just stay calm. Alright. We'll get this battle report rolling and see if the Vikings can smash out the Green Boys. Let's get it started. Alright guys, we've rolled up a mission, and the mission is the Relic. So, the battlefield, we've got a few big line of sight blocking pieces of terrain around the battlefield, and then we've sort of got scattered about a few more line of sight blocking. There's not a lot of damaged terrain or cover in that manner. Everything on this battlefield is pretty much line of sight blocking, so it could work in favour or against either army. We'll see how it plays out. So in the very centre in the pumping station, we got the Relic. This should be a pretty bloodbathy battle, I guess, because both armies are sort of a bit shooty but more close combat. So we'll go through the Space Wolves deployment, going from the right end of the field across. We've got 2 units of 10 Grey Hunters, and they're the ones with all the plasma, with Bjorn behind them to give them the reroll 1s. And then they've also got in support of them the Wolf and Dreadnought. Then if we come over here, we've got the other 10-man Grey Hunters. They've got the Melter Guns. Then in front of them are the 3 Thunderwolves, Logan Grimnar. And then up here we have the Long Fangs with a bit of a view across the battlefield to the centre here. So everything, if you look across here on my side, is pretty much ready to run in the middle here. Then if we go around the other side here to Jakey's deployment, his is really straightforward. So I've also got the 5 Wolf Guard in Deep Strike. He's got the big guy at the front, Deathkiller War Track, and the mech behind, and then just the 4 trucks. He's paid the 2 command points to have the looters be in Deep Strike, so the teleporter, so they'll come in a bit later. So at this current juncture, he's set up first and has first turn, unless I can seize the initiative. So I'll attempt to steal that from him now. See if I can't... Oh, mate. That's a seize. Yep, he's not looking happy. That's alright. What's that? Yeah. Yep, no. Alright, so it's going to be a Space Wolves first turn, so we're going to try and get in here, get this, and blow up some Orks. So we'll get back to you in a minute and see if there's any Orks left on the battlefield. Alright guys, so end of Space Wolves turn 1, and let's break it down. What did we do? So first things first, over here. We had the 2 units of the Grey Hunters move forward towards the objective in the centre here. We had the Wolf and Dreadnought follow them up, and we had Bjorn follow them up. So a bit of a support unit going on there. If we come over here, we had Logan Grimnar come forward and the 3 Thunderwolf Cav, which are just on the other side of this. Then behind them, we have the other 10-man Grey Hunter squad. These guys obviously stayed still and put down fire support. So shooting-wise, the combination of the Long Fangs, Bjorn, and the plasma from all these guys managed to take 9 wounds off this. That was it for my damage output for the first turn, so nice and quick. Bit of board control, moving up, putting the pressure on early, and taking a few wounds off the big guy. I think that takes him down to half, so that'll at least neuter him a little bit, but he's still extremely dangerous. So we'll get back to Jake's first turn of the Orks and see what he can do in retaliation to me. Alright guys, we'll get back to you. Right, end of the Orks' first battle round, and I think they've come off a bit better than the Space Wolves at this point. So, movement-wise, trucks moved up to here. War Boss and these guys moved over to here. If we come around here, this guy moved up behind the Morkanaut and healed him 3 wounds before the Morkanaut moved over here and then ended up in combat. So, pretty much shooting-wise, over this side of the battlefield, nothing happened. A rocket was fired off over here at this Dreadnought, but nothing happened. And then over here, all the shooting from these guys, the shooting from the Morkanaut and the combat, killed Logan Grimnar. So the Orks scored himself first strike and Warlord straight away. I didn't think their shooting would be that good. I thought like I might take half damage, but old Jakey boy's just blown Logan Grimnar straight out of his bloody socks. So that's off to a not so good start. But then in retaliation, the Thunderwolves managed to take it down to, what's that, 16 wounds. So it's only got 2 wounds left. So it's pretty incapacitated, but I think it's done its job straight off the bat for the Orks. So that was a really good start for them. We'll go back and have Space Wolves turn 2 and see if we can't retaliate and show these Orks why we came here today. Alright, let's break down the Space Wolves turn 2. So, movement wise, across the middle, all of the troops have just descended upon this centerpiece. With Bjorn in support with his las cannons. Thunderwolf stayed there. These guys stayed here. These guys came out deep strike reserve and failed their charge. And the Wolf and Dreadnoughts end up over here in combat. So, shooting wise, the Long Fangs shot across here and blew a truck up with the guys getting out. These guys then supported and shot a few of the Orks with their bolt guns and took off 2 wounds with their melter guns on this truck. Shooting over here, Bjorn shot across, shot into this truck here and done about 5 wounds, and then these plasma guns here finished it off, emptying out the knobs, and that was the end of the shooting. Combat wise, the Wolf and Dreadnought ran in here. He took 5 wounds off these guys, so he killed 2 of them and wounded another. And then in retaliation, they took 5 wounds back off of him, just mass strength 5 attacks. I thought the Wolf and Dreadnought would have done a little bit better with the extra attacks on the charge and stuff, but just did not pan out that way. And then over here, this combat went nowhere. No one hurt anyone. The Wolves couldn't hurt the big guy couldn't hurt the Wolves, so that's just a stalemate. So, at the end of Space Wolves turn 2, we've taken control of the centre of the board. But at the rate the Orks are hitting back, can we hold it is the question. So, I'll let Jakey Boy have his turn 2 and see what he does to this wolf pack. Alright guys. Alright guys, end of Orks 2, and it has been an absolute slaughterfest. The Orks have done some serious damage here, so let's go through the movement phase. First of all, the trucks that were here just moved over to here. All this stuff that was here is made a push through here, and then if we go over to the other side here, looters have dropped from the sky and come out here. So, movement wise also, these Orks have ended up in the rafters here punching on with Space Marines. So let's go through the shooting. So, first things first with the Orc shooting was these looters come down behind my Long Fangs and absolutely obliterated them out of their perch there. So they've come down behind them, shot into them and killed the Space Wolves shoot. So the Space Wolves have no overwatch now, no one looking over their backs. These wolves here have turned around to be like, give us some supporting fire, to find out that their supporting fire is now crazed Orks with big Daka guns that have blown away their brethren. So that was a big blow. Coming over here, these Orks just simply, too many of them in the pass here, just pushed through the Wolf and Dreadnought. He was trying to hold him back with his shield to protect his brethren in here. Didn't happen, they just smashed through him. Then there was random bits of shooting about the place that just killed some Space Wolves here and there. And then in combat, there was a big fight in the middle here in the rafters where a fair few Space Wolves died and a fair few Orks died, but they both managed to stay there and still continue on. And then over here, the Space Wolves interrupted to take out the Morkanaut before it could do any more damage because the losses were already pretty great. So, at the end of Ork turn 2, they've actually munched their way through, and if we have a look to the centre here, the Wolves and Bjorn is the only real heavy hitters left. These guys over here. The rest of it's just all the Grey Hunters. So this is where we'll see in my next turn if the Grey Hunters actually do their jobs and whether they're getting rebased and repainted for a new battle. Alright, we'll get back to this. Alright, end of Space Wolves turn 3, and I've managed to hit back quite hard and quite aggressively. So, first things first, everything pushed forward to the centre, nothing stood back. So, starting from the right over here, Bjorn and these guys managed to clear out all the knobs that were here. They didn't consolidate into this guy because that would just be giving away kills on top of then it's his turn again, more kills. So I instead created a bit of screening in front of Bjorn because he's either got to go around the building or other ways to get to him, keep him a bit safe from all these power claws and choppers. In the centre here, these guys chopped up the Orks that were in here and moved on to the centre objective. The guys that were in here got up into the rafters. Between them and Bjorn, Bjorn shot across before combat, opened up one of the trucks. These guys that got up here shot into him with plasma fire, boulder fly, then charged down, reducing him down to 3. They lost 1 in return, I think. These guys all surrounded over here, and they managed to bash the Orks truck open, but the Orks got out, not in combat because they had enough room back here. I probably should have tried to kill the truck first, then they wouldn't be able to get out, but hey, it is what it is. So, Space Wolves are pretty predominant in this centre area. Not forgetting though, he's still got a few Orks in here, and he's still got the big boys, and behind me back over here, he most definitely still has these guys. So, we'll get back with the next Ork turn, which is Ork turn 3, and see how they retaliate and what I have left. So far, very happy with the Grey Hunters. I think they're going to get a rebase and a repaint, but the battle's not over yet. I could change my mind before the end of it. We'll see what the big boy on the bike does. Okay, end of the Orks turn 3, and what has happened? So, first things first. Movement, we've got the Death Killer War Track. He actually used his once per game 20-inch movement and moved around this building to come in to fight Bjorn. These guys supported from this side. These guys over here didn't really move. And these guys over here just moved out from behind here to get a bead over here. They shot off a heap of rounds though and killed one guy over here. So the looters didn't do too much this turn. But we'll see how they go if we're still in the battle after this next round. The boys that were here shot and charged into here, only killing one of these guys. We just stayed away from the wolves. We didn't want none of their business in combat. We were just trying to get rid of this squad to sort of reduce it, but end up getting our heads kicked in. These guys and the Orks here fought. The Space Wolves won and got back up into the rafters. Between these two guys fighting, the Death Killer War Track took 4 wounds off Bjorn, and Bjorn only took 1 back off him in return, which was quite surprising. So then over here, between this guy's shooting and combat, I think he killed 3 or 4 of these guys, and they in return took 3 wounds back off him. So the game's not over yet because the Orks are still on the battlefield. They still have stuff in it, so we're going to go on to Space Wolves turn 4 and see if we can't eliminate this Xenos threat that has descended upon this planet. Okay guys, end of Space Wolves turn 4, and I think we have come to the end of the game. The Space Wolves have completely cleared this centre area out. So let's go through what happened. These guys here cleared out the Orks they were in combat with. The Thunderwolves come around here and they cleared out the big mech on a bike. That freed these guys up. They consolidated into the Death Killer War Track, but didn't do anything because they just consolidated into him just to slow him down in case he did kill Bjorn. But Bjorn absolutely smoked him, causing something like 12 wounds, and that was just too many. Feel no pain to make, just way too many. Then these guys that were all in the rafters up here have jumped down in here, so that these guys over here they can't seem to get a line of sight across. So looking across here, there's just nothing to see through. So pretty much what's happened here is at the end of the game, the Space Wolves, there you go, someone just revving the car again. That's probably the Orks taken off. The Space Wolves have quite solidly taken the centre of the battlefield. As I said, they've still got the jump pack guys over here, a heap of Grey Hunters scattered about the place, Bjorn and Thunderwolf Cav. So for men of the match, I've definitely chose Bjorn, and Jakey Boy has once again chosen the Death Killer War Track. I personally think the looters were the Orks man of the match, but he thinks is this one. He is same as loves the model, and I suppose it got in there and done work. Bjorn is probably the best HQ I think Space Wolves have. Logan Grimnar, the last couple of matches seems to have just been shot off the board, whereas this guy sort of sticks around, laying down fire, smashing things in combat, and still supporting troops. So, it's been a bit of a funny spin around where the Death Guard kicked the Space Wolves' head in, then the Orks kicked the Death Guard's head in, and now the Space Wolves have kicked the Orks' heads in. So, there you have it. It's been a round robin of just absolute carnage, and I hope you like this. If you like it, like and subscribe, and let us know what you want to see next, what battles, what, tactical, all that sort of stuff, and we'll get back to you. Alright guys, enjoy.